Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is August 20, 2026. We have time check 1:33 p.m. So before we proceed with our procurement activity, may I ask now Ma'am Beth to lead the prayer. Stand. Here today from the place of goodness. Guide our heart to pardon wisdom upon our activities so that our last few days is fruitful. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen. And for attendance, Sir Rocky.
So we'll start with the roll call of our attendance. From the back members, we have Engineer Ryan L. Makiwe, Ma'am Emily Lopez, and our back papers of Engineer Maida Products.
With the quorum being present, we now officially put this activity in order. You may now continue with attendance.
This from back the technical working group, the head, our Engineer Harry Bizondo. From the back secretariat, Ma'am Lilibet Escasio, yours truly, and Ma'am Maricruz T. Reyes. And from the contractors, we have Arlene A. Villamar and Engineer JC Badjor. That's all for the attendance. Back secretariat. The project.
Technical details.
The technical details of the for our credit concerns.
For RFQ number 2026, the 07-0040 or 26GBG03, the technical details will be presented by Ma'am Nicolette of the QAS.
Hello. Good afternoon to everyone. Our agenda today is for the private conference for B26GBG03 with the title of Furnishing and Deliver of Various Laboratory Equipments Used for Calibration Bearing Ratio, Testing of Soil in accordance with American Association of State Highways and Transportation Official or AASHTO, and American Society for Testing and Materials, ASTM standards. DPWH Isabela 3rd District Engineering Office, Tagaran, Kawayan City, Israel. Now, here is the contract data. As per I said, the project name, the contract location will be, I repeat, DPWH Isabela 3rd District Engineering Office, Tagaran, Kawayan City, Isabela. The implementing office will be Quality Assurance Section, Funding Source, FY 2026 GAAM, Maintenance and Other Operating Expenses, with an approved budget for the contract 2,381,296.02 centavos. The delivery period with the 60 calendar days from the receipt of the notice to proceed. Now, this is the schedule for the requirements. We have the modes, spacer disc, apparatus for measuring expansion, surcharge weight, CBR, automatic load frame, moisture can, filter paper, grammar for D180. The delivery schedule must be within the 60 calendar days. So this is the technical requirements. First, field reps certificate of registration must be platinum membership, followed by statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC. Similar to the procurement project, it's exempt under sections provided for in the section 52.4.1.3 and 52.4.2.4 of the IRR within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents in the case of goods, followed by an FCC computation or committed line of credit or LOC. And statement of all in its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract review. Now, this is the technical specification for the knowledge of our visitors. The specs was get from the DO no, DO 100 series of 2018 for soils. So as you can see po, the molds must have cylindrical molds, collar, and base plate. So kapag darating po yan sa amin, dapat almost similar, ay must be complete set with a collar, cylindrical mold, and base plate. Next, please. And this will be the image of the spacer disc, and the description was given within the technical description na rin po. Next, please. And our apparatus for measuring expansion, it must be included the dial indicator, tripod, the stem, and the swell plate. Next, please. And Mr. Charge po, as stated kasi sa ating DO, dalawa po yun. So, I indicated the surcharge with the annular metal and the slotted metal frame. Next, please. And our own automatic load frame, RCBR load frame. And it must have the accessories like the molder, which is shown a while ago. It must be completed. And followed by the spacer disc, the tripods, well placed, surcharges, and filter paper. And next are moisture cans. This must be high resistant to corrosion because malaki yung factor nito pagdating sa ating weight determination. Okay, then next, filter paper. As per say, it must be kasya sa molder natin. Next, please. And syempre, ang ating rammer na nakadesign sa T180, which is also indicated sa in the CMD 1334 na procedure. So, susunod naman na po natin is sa bid security. So, pwede si contractor, pwede po siya mamili sa apat na kategory. And the bid security shall be denominated in Philippine peso and posted in favor of procuring entity. Bid validity period must be in 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bid, and bid security validity period 120 calendar days from the date of the submission of the bids. So next is the technical specification compliance, which includes production of delivery schedule, manpower requirements for after-sales services of the parts, if applicable, omnibus sworn statement in accordance with the section 54.3 of IR for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to the Filipinos are a certification from the relevant government of office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in the government procurement activities for the same item or product. Sworn affidavit of the bidder that is not related to the who, member of the BOC, the DWG, the BOC Secretariat, the head of the end user unit, by consanguinity or affinity up to the third civil degree. The bidder shall also disclose the ultimate beneficial ownership of an entity. Latest General Information Sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC for corporations if applicable. Now for financial requirements, the bid forms, which includes the bid price schedules in accordance with ITB Clause 13.1 and Certificate of Domestic Preference in accordance with ITB Clause 25 if applicable. Now, for the bid evaluation, the ABC shall be the upper limit or ceiling of acceptable bid prices if a bid price as evaluated and calculated accordance with the IRR is higher than the ABC. The bidder submit the same shall be automatic disqualified. There shall be no lower limit or floor on the amount. Members of the BOC, its staff and personnel, secretariat, and DWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BOC, through its secretariat, may ask the bidder in written for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in written. The BOC shall evaluate the financial components of the bid to determine the lowest calculated bid or LCB using the following steps. 1. The BOC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using discretionary criteria in considering the following. Completeness of the bid unless the instruction to bidders specifically allow partial bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bill of quantities shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. However, when no price or zero or dash is indicated in a required item in the bid form, the same shall be construed that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by the law or regulation to be provided for. And letter B, arithmetic correction. The BOC shall consider computational errors and omissions to able properly comparison of all eligible bids. It may also consider bid modification if expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustment shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculated prices. The BOC shall evaluate all bids on an equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. For this purpose, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes such as but not value added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal lives and duties, if applicable, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bid, including the said taxes, shall be in the basis for the bid evaluation and comparison. In the case of discrepancies between, first, bid prices in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. Total price per item and unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item, the latter shall prevail. Stated total price and the actual sum of price of component item, the latter shall prevail, and unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail, and the amount in price schedule and in bid form, the latter shall prevail. Bid shall then be ranked in ascending order of their total calculated bid price as evaluated and corrected for the computation errors and the other bid modifications to identify the LCB. Total calculated bid prices are evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modification, which exceeded the ABC shall be disqualified. The entire evaluation process for the procurement of goods and infrastructure project using LCB as criteria shall be completed within the 7 calendar days from the deadline for the receipt of proposal. As per memorandum dated March 24, 2026, with the title of Intern Guidelines on the Issuance of Suppliers Performance Evaluation System, at the bid evaluation stage, pursuant to Section 61.4 of the IRR of RA 009, the BOC of for goods and services shall assess the quality component of the bids which shall be based on the technical competence and the credible track records. Such performance shall be supported by the documentary proof, including the authenticated SPES forms issued by SPMD HRAS. Now, the post-qualification. The bidder with LCB shall undergo post-qualification to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is response to all the requirements and condition as is specified in the bidding documents within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice of the BAC that the bidder has the LCB. The bidder shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting in the PhilJEF certificate of registration with a platinum membership. Its latest income and business tax return filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bids, and the other appropriate license and permit required by the law and stated in the bidding documents. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or a finding validity of the eligibility documents supporting the PhilJEF certificate of registration and all the other statements made, and the documents submitted by the bidder with the LCB using non-discretionary criteria as stated in the following bidding documents. These criteria shall consider but not shall be limited on the following. Legal requirements. To verify the valid requirements, to verify the valid and a certain license says certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder. The fact that it is not included in any blacklist as provided in Section 54 of this IRR for this purpose, the GPPB shall maintain a portal which contains the consolidated file of all blacklisted contractors. Technical requirements to verify and validate the bidder's stated compliance with the requirements specified in the bidding documents. Financial requirements to verify and validate the bid price proposal of the bidders and whether applicable the required committed line of credit in the document specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents or the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of it. If the bank determines the bidder with the LCB passes all the criteria for the post qualification, it shall declare the said bid as the LCRB. The post qualification process shall be completed in not more than 12 calendar days from the determination of the LCB. In exceptional cases, the post-qualification period may be extended by the hope, but in no case shall be aggregate period exceed 45 days, 45 calendar days, as per memorandum dated 2024 at the post-qualification stage and pursuant to section 63.3 and 63.5 of the IRR of RA 12009, the bank for goods and services shall verify and validate the bidder's performance evaluation records with the authenticated SPES form by SPMDHRAS. Any negative, incomplete, or unvalidated performance evaluation covering completed contracts, purchase order shall be grounds for disqualification. Contract award. The contract shall be awarded to the bidder who bid has been determined to be the lowest or single calculated and responsive bidder, I bid, LCRB or SCRB, as a result of the detailed evaluation and cost qualification conducted. Common grounds for bid disqualification. Failure to submit the original copy of the shooting bond, duly certified by insurance commission indicating the name of the contract, the project entity, and the contractor. Submission of a bid with a bid validity period or security bond validity period shorter than that required in the bidding documents. Failure to declare all ongoing government and private contracts, including those awarded but not yet commenced. Submission of the bid after the prescribed deadlines. Negative slippage of 15% or more in a single ongoing project or 10% or more in each of two or more ongoing projects. Delay in the partial delivery of the goods amounting to 10% of the contract price undergoing government or private contracts. Purchase of bidding documents. The bidder or supplier shall provide any of the following documents before purchasing the bidding documents. First, company ID and or any government issued ID, authorization letter, can be special power of attorney for sole proprietorship or board partnership, but joint adventure resolution with Secretary Certificate for Corporation Partnership or JBE or cooperative. Letter of intent and company profile. Now, this is the additional terms and conditions. First, the bidder or the contractor must submit a certificate from the manufacturer that the bidder is authorized distributor. The bidder shall have their own physical store, showing that the items are readily available to proceed to, to be proceed to be procured. Sorry. Uh, the supplied equipment shall strictly comply with the latest revisions of ASTM D183 or ASHTO T1193 standards for laboratory California bearing ratio testing. The supplier must conduct calibration of the equipment upon installation and providing the calibrated copy and certificate. The supplier is required to submit verifiable calibration certificate for all the load rings and displacement gauge, validating alignment with national regulatory benchmark. The supplier shall provide a comprehensive warranty for a duration of 12 months from the date of compliance. Sorry, for the date of acceptance. This warranty must fully cover all the manufacturing defects, structural mechanical assemblies, and electronical digital readouts, components against a failure under normal operating conditions. The contractor must provide a formal commitment ensuring uninterrupted life cycle support, including the availability of the critical spare parts and specialized technical services for a minimum period of 5 years post-warranty expiration. Upon equipment delivery, the supplier shall furnish a comprehensive documentation package in the English language, including complete operational manuals, preventive maintenance guides, and factory calibration protocols. The supplier shall complete delivery and installation within 60 calendar days from the date of notice to proceed. And lastly, to ensure the proper equipment operations, the supplier must facilitate on-site instructional training and provide authorized training certificates to the end user personnel. Now, here is the reminder. Uh, the receipt by the back of these, the deadline will be September 3, 2026 at the time of 1:30 p.m. The opening of bids will be at September 3, 2026, also at the time of 1:30 p.m. That's all. Thank you po.
Any clarification from the body? Questions? Hearing none, and there be no other matters to discuss, this pre-bidding conference is now adjourned.